Hello and welcome. New research says standing desks are bad for our health. So what is the evidence? Why this finding? What else we can do? So some of us spend long hours in the computer. So we will be either sitting or standing. People like me who are mostly doing desk jobs. So how this concept of standing desk evolved? So some years back, sitting is considered as smoking, or the risk of sitting was considered similar to smoking because of the dangers of sedentary life. So that is how this concept of standing desk emerged. And many people are using standing desk. And we thought that this will alleviate the negative effects of prolonged sitting. What is the issue with prolonged standing? So prolonged standing can be harmful in many ways. We all know that it affects the musculoskeletal health with symptoms of muscle fatigue, leg swelling, varicose veins, pain and discomfort in the lower back and legs, hips, knee, ankle and feet. So the standing desk emerged to alleviate the problem of sitting, but there are also some health risks associated with standing desk. Now coming to the new research. So that is the highlight of this video. So this new research involved over 83,000 participants. So it's a big group. And the key finding was prolonged standing may not improve heart health and could even increase the risk of certain circulatory problems. So standing for extended periods did not reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. So to be more specific, time spent standing was associated with higher orthostatic circulatory disease, meaning diseases like orthostatic hypotension, varicose veins, chronic venous insufficiency and venous ulcers. So we all know that prolonged standing can cause pooling of blood to our legs, leading to conditions such as varicose veins. So in fact, spending too much time either sitting or standing is a problem. So why we have to take this new research seriously? Is it rigorous? Is it strong research? It has lot of advantages and positive side because it involves large sample, 83,000 participants. So large sample studies are considered more rigorous. And the research study also had a long follow-up of around 7 years. So that is also a plus point for this study. And the other plus point is the study used objective measurements to monitor the activity like sitting, standing, all those physical activities. They use some tracker devices. So objective measurements considered strong in research. And the study also taken into account several other factors or correlates such as age, gender, BMI, smoking status, alcohol intake, food intake and several other factors. So that also shows like it is a strong study because it is taken into account all these factors associated with posture. So coming to the main drawbacks of this study. The main thing is the study design. It is an observational study. So we cannot establish strong cause and effect. We can only associate or link that one factor is linked to the other factor. For example, here like standing, prolonged standing is linked to various cardiovascular risk factors and circulatory risk factors. So that we can associate. We cannot establish that this is something definite cause and this is the effect. Another drawback is the study participants are slightly older. The average age is around 60 years. So how much is generalizable to young population? So that is something we need to think about. Otherwise, this study is a very strong study, and it also shows strong association between standing and risk factors. So now the question is, we cannot sit for a long time, we cannot stand for a long time. So what we have to do? Some of our jobs require prolonged sitting or standing, or a static position is required. So how we can manage that? New research suggests that just standing instead of sitting is not sufficient, is not good enough. Our bodies respond better to regular movements. We are designed to move, not to assume static positions like sitting or standing. What we can do, how we can modify our work situation. So we need to incorporate certain things. We need to use a lot of creativity here, like incorporating short walks, stretching or light exercise throughout the day can interrupt long periods of inactivity. And something like a sit-stand desk, that is slightly better than either sitting or standing. It's not perfect. Just to use a sit-stand desk, we need to do other things also. The benefit of sit-stand desk is it will help us to change the position. So there is some movement involved, but that is also not sufficient. So we need to be really creative. Like ideally we should be taking a break every 30 to 40 minutes of either sitting or standing. Like a static posture, we need to break that static posture. So I think most of you may say it is not possible, but if you think creatively, I can assure you that it is possible. In most cases, I am not saying in all the situation, but in most cases it is possible. So for example, you imagine if you are conducting a meeting, or if you are attending a meeting, the duration is 1 hour. We could split the agenda easily into first half and second half, or roughly we can take a break or provide a break if you are organizing the meeting. So that is possible, a 5 minutes break, so that people can move around, or people can just take a short break and come back. So if you are delivering a webinar or a lecture, it is possible to give a break. So you may be thinking, like if it is a long duration, like 2 hours sessions, so it may be difficult to give multiple breaks. It is not that difficult. You can really plan and organize and think about it. So just allow people to get up, stretch, and just move around few minutes, or just incorporate some small activity in between. So there are many ways, creative ways we can do. And if you are working alone and if you are working on the desk, you can take break. You can plan the break. You can take some stretching or some low intensity exercise, or you can go for a short walk. So it is possible. We need to be creative. Few other things we can do here is we can create an organization culture, because sometimes if one person do and the other people are not doing in our office or in our organization, it is difficult. So it could be considered as a organizational change. So we can incorporate that organizational culture into this to develop these activities. So the main message here is, like, you need to think of how to break the static posture of sitting or standing every 30 to 40 minutes. Some trendy exercise desks are available. I have seen those images in the internet. I have not seen something physically or I have not used anything. But exercise desk like treadmill desk, desk bike, desk cycles, under desk elliptical. So there are some exercise equipment connected to desk and chair. So this is also a trend these days. So you can try using something like that, but I don't know how effective or how everyone can use that, because I think attaching a computer to a treadmill and doing some exercise continuously and working on the computer, I don't know how that will be, and I don't think that will be a good option or a better choice for all of us. So to conclude this video, I would like to highlight the key messages. So prolonged sitting or standing is not good for us. So we need to think of creative ways to break these static positions. It is possible. We need to be very imaginative and creative in thinking. And we need to always remember that we are designed to move, not for static positions. And let us embrace an organizational culture, an individual habit to maintain an active lifestyle while working. So to break the monotony of standing or sitting. So let us try to practice that. Hope this video is useful for you. If you find this really useful, please like, share and subscribe, and I request you to also comment if you have any ideas, creative ideas for breaking the monotony of standing or sitting. So thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.